Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. Also welcome to yet another coffee talk in which I'm not drinking coffee because it's not coffee time yet. Because of that, I'm only drinking water in this. Anyway, so for those of you who don't know, coffee talks are these chatty videos in which I talk about certain things that are on my mind at any particular given point in time. And I start off by talking about the books that I'm currently reading, and then I move on to the topic that I want to talk about. But in today's video, I have a little announcement that I want to make before I move on to that. As you all know, I had planned to do a 24-hour readathon last weekend, and I had also asked you if you would like a reading vlog of it, to which many of you said yes, but I was not able to go forward with the 24-hour readathon because my brain had mixed up the dates for Bhogi and Sankranti. So I realized at the last moment that, oh no, these are the dates and not those. So that's why I had to scrap it for last weekend, but I will be doing it this weekend, and I found the perfect way to combine it with the Bookbound Club live show that will be happening on a Saturday at 7 p.m. here on my channel. The book for which is Viva Liars by E. Lockhart. If you haven't read it already, fret not, it's a very bingeable book, and if you would like to read it and then participate in the live show for the giveaway, for which there's going to be a huge giveaway which we are really excited for, then I've got a perfect plan for you, because I'll be hosting this 24-hour readathon, the one that was supposed to happen last weekend. I'll be hosting that from 4 p.m. on Friday 21st of January to 4 p.m. on 22nd of January, and since the live show is on at 7 p.m. on the 22nd, you'll have this whole 24 hours to get into the story, read it, and then come join us afterwards in that discussion. So I think that's perfectly perfect. That doesn't make sense, but I think it is, and I am so looking forward to this 24-hour readathon. There are so many books that I want to read, but I don't get around to reading it. So what this 24-hour readathon will comprise of that is that you don't have to give up your sleep or food, nothing like that, because I've had people ask me whether you plan to read for the entire 24 hours. No, it's not like that. My thing is, within those 24 hours, you prioritize reading above all else. Get as much sleep as you want to and all of that, but at all other times, just prioritize reading. Do that. So that was the announcement that I will be hosting a 24-hour readathon from 4 p.m. on 21st January to 4 p.m. on 22nd January, 24 hours, makes sense. If you haven't read Viva Liars, then this would be a good time to read it. Come join this 24-hour readathon, read it, and then join us for the live show on the 22nd. And if you have already read Viva Liars or in any other matter, just come join, because I'm sure that we all have a bunch of books on our TBRs that we really want to get through. For example, if you have a bunch of current reads that you're in the middle of and you really want that motivation to push through, then perhaps this would be a good time to actually just sit down and focus on those books. Or even otherwise, even if you have like a few books that you want to pick up and read, then perhaps just allocating this amount of time to those books will be a good idea. So yes, that's the end of that announcement. I feel like it's gone on for way too long, but let me drink some water. Okay, so now on to the thing that I do in every coffee talk video. I kick off every coffee talk video by talking about my current reads, and this time I just have one current read, which is a huge surprise to me also, because I usually am in the middle of 4 or 5 different books at any given point in time, but right now I'm only reading The Stranger by Harlan Coben. This is my first Harlan Coben ever, and I'm about 52 pages into this book, and I am really liking the writing style. I like the humor also that he's bringing in into the writing, but so far it's good. It's really intriguing. This is the story of a guy who's happily married with his wife and 2 kids, living a good life and all of that. And suddenly at a bar, a stranger comes up to him and tells him something that sets him off on this path, questioning everything that he has known over the past like 18 years of his married life. So now I'm wondering, to what extent can the author take it? How is he going to play around with the characters and with the plot line? And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This is a very fast read actually, because the writing is so smooth, so fluid, that you don't want to put the book down. And I'm wondering, why didn't I pick this up before? Because so this is my current read. After this, I don't know what I'm going to pick, which brings me to the next point. My next point is that, if you haven't noticed, I didn't put up a TBR for January. I used to be of the thought that TBRs are very helpful to me because they help me decide what to read next, what to read in any particular month. And it was going to help me overcome that, bookworm problem of not being able to decide what to read. Like, there are so many books, I don't know which one to read and all of that. I'm still in that dilemma. I'm almost always in that dilemma. But now I've decided that given how much of a stress living is in this particular situation, in the whole pandemic and all of that, so I don't want to pile on by making TBRs. I just want to be able to read whatever I want, whenever I want. TBRs were really helpful in the past for me because they really helped me save all that time in decision making as to what I should read next. But I want 2022 to be the year in which I don't take a lot of stress when it comes to reading. Like, I just want to be able to pick a book off my shelf, and there are so many, as you know. I just want to be able to do that and just start reading without thinking that, oh, I'm moving out of my TBR, I'm moving out of the decision that I took at the beginning of the month. So that is my thought process. I love TBRs. I love making TBRs, but there are two things. One is that I've never been able to stick to a TBR, or I've never been able to complete any particular TBR. If I say that I am reading 20 books in a month, I want to read 20 books in a month, I've only ever gotten past like 8, 9 or 10 books of those 20 books. And even if I've said that I want to read 10 books in a month, I've only ever gotten past like 6 or 7. I've never completed the whole set. So I'm like, okay, if that's the case, irrespective of how much I love making TBRs, I think it would be better if I just gave them up on a whole and just read whatever picked my fancy at any particular point in time. And that's what is going to happen from now onwards, unless it comes to the point where I think that, oh no, now it's getting, this decision making process is getting too hectic for me, it's getting too much for me, so I need to make a TBR so that it will make my work easier. Unless it gets to that point, I'm going to stick to this. And I think that's the thing about reading and life in general as well. You choose what works for you at any given point in time, provided it doesn't hurt anyone else. Okay, that's a huge point there. But since books are the best, I'm just going to leave it at that, because but I must tell you that so far, at least, this whole I'm going to read whatever I want to read thing has been working very well for me, because I've had a great reading month. Not number of books wise, but in the type of books that I have been reading. And I don't know if that's going to work in the future. And it's not possible for a person to read books and like each and every one of them. It's like close to impossible, but so far it's working. And I'm thinking that if I keep going like this, maybe I'll at least end up liking the books that I read, if not loving. I mean, that does not make sense, because there's still a bunch of books, possibilities that I might end up disliking. But that's okay. This is not a diss on anyone who's making a TBR and who loves making TBRs. I am someone who loved making TBRs. I still love making TBRs, but I have had to take this decision to not make them, and maybe I'll come back to being that person in the future, but not at this moment. If you love making TBRs, make them, all for it. I love watching TBRs also, I love making TBRs also, but I have had to take this particular decision because I just can't handle it at the moment. Anyway, so that was what I had to talk to you about today. This is a quickly put together video. I don't know how it's come out, but I really wanted to talk to you. So I hope that you will join me in the 24-hour readathon that starts at 4 p.m. on 21st of January and ends at 4 p.m. on the 22nd of January, just 3 hours before the Bookbound live show is going to take place. So there's a good chance for you to sit down and finish reading Viva Liars, or finish reading a bunch of other books that you really want to read, and reduce the number of books on your TBR. That's going to be fun. So what did you think of this video? Did you like it? Did you not like it? So what are you currently reading? Will you be joining the 24-hour readathon? And what do you think of my decision to not do TBRs? And do you do TBRs? If you don't do TBRs, how do you manage your reading life? And how do you track your reading? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.